Across western Colorado.
Almost every town in western Colorado lies along a river, a stream, or a creek, and that is thousands of homes that may be at risk if those contributaries swell to their banks.
With flooding now on the minds of many, First Warn 8 meteorologist Tom Coomes joins us live on the Colorado River. And Tom, how do you track and predict flooding in western Colorado?
Well, if you want to know how warm it is, you check a thermometer. Which way is the wind blowing? Look at the weather vane. Are our rivers rising? Well, you'll need a network of gauges, and that's just a small piece to river forecasting. Colorado's rivers are rising, and this year, more than ever, flooding is a major concern.
We've been going through a cycle where we warm up for a few days, and then we cool down for a day or two, and then we warm up again.
A cycle that up to this point has kept our spring melt under control.
Although there's still a lot of snow up there right now.
4 or 5 consecutive days of above normal temperatures, nights above freezing, add in a little rain, and rivers and streams can breach their banks.
Interested in looking at weather patterns and precipitation and the water that is mainly on the surface that may cause flooding.
Aldous Strautens is a hydrologist with the National Weather Service. His job is to study water. He monitors radar, satellite, computer models, climate, river, and water information.
Advanced Hydrological Prediction Services, a method that we use.
Or AHPS gathers data from a network of national, state, and local sites.
I look at that data and compare it to my observations and then put out either a forecast or a advisory or a warning if warranted.
Floods can happen fast. They can roll boulders, destroy bridges and buildings, and take human lives.
In the old days, you had to actually go out to the location where the measurement was made, and you had to wait for that person to report back that measurement.
In the past, river stage and flow was measured by a mere stick in the river. Now this site run by the USGS is fully automated and reports back every 15 minutes.
And it's much more efficient having these automated stations now.
It really has helped us because then we don't need people every place all the time.
It's made a dramatic improvement in river forecasting, especially critical high flow situations.
We have the capability of issuing timely warnings, whereas before it wasn't quite as timely.
Sometimes the old way is still the best.
But that does not mean that we don't need people out there looking at things.
Gauges are only at a few points along the river, and problems can happen in between.
The spotters are right here on the ground, and we're kind of like a ground radar.
Wally Shaw is an NWS observer and a First Warn 8 weather spotter. He's just one of many that fill in the gaps.
We can see things happen, and if there's any dangerous damage done, then we can immediately report it by phone or internet.
We use this data to make our forecasts for the river flows, flood warnings, and river flood advisories.
Now, as soon as we get flood information, we're the first to relay it back to you. And if you want to look at the AHPS data for yourself, you can log on to our website, kjct8.com, click on the weather tab and go down to weather links. You'll find it there. But the river behind me, the Colorado, is still continuing to rise, and there are watches, warnings, and advisories in place. And of course, we toss it into my partner,